Wait, so how does Drew do this? What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Drew Dillman YouTube channel. Just kidding, but he was my partner for this race, and I can't wait to tell you all about it in the next 15 minutes. Stay tuned to hear all about mine and Drew's adventures through the Appalachian Mountains of Virginia. Let's get into it.
We're trying to go fast out there.
What's up, everyone? We're here at the second race of the 2025 gravel racing season. We are here in Floyd, Virginia, racing the Appalacian Jouney long doggy course, 102 miles, almost 11,000 feet of climbing. As you may already know, this race is a duos race, and unfortunately my planned partner had some injuries and couldn't come and race with me. But we have a perfectly adequate substitute in Drew Dillman himself. You guys might know that Drew is my coach, and he was willing to come and race this race with me. It was a really awesome experience, and I hope you enjoy. Jumping right into the action here, we're on the first climb of the course. The first of, as Garmin says, 33 climbs. Yeah, that's a lot of climbs. I had my Climb Pro screen on than any of my other data screens. Our strategy for this race had to be pretty unique, considering that Drew is significantly better than me, so significantly better than me, that he pre-rode the entire course on Friday and rode it in a faster time than our race time. Yeah, his Zone 2 is faster than my race pace. I'll get over it, I guess. Our strategy for this race was that we would ride next to each other as much as we could up the climbs so that Drew didn't blow me up, but also that we weren't going super slow because I was leading and didn't want to go any faster. Then he would lead all of the descents and we would rail it down as fast as drafting would let my little butt hang on. This strategy worked pretty well, and I did the same normalized as my last race, but for an hour longer, so I'd say that we paced it pretty darn well. This first climb, however, Drew didn't quite know my pace yet, and we went over what we set as my heart rate threshold for the day within about the first 10 minutes of the race. After we got that initial kink worked out, though, we were dialed for the rest of the almost 7 hours of our day. It was a really long day, but having a single person with you the whole time to talk to and to have as a friend through the struggles was a really huge help, especially on this hard course. I'm sure that is something that Gordon takes into account when organizing this race. We got to the finish line and told him that it was hard, and he said, "Oh, we could make it a lot harder." Thank you to Gordon and all of the volunteers for helping out with this race. It was a really fun experience and a really wonderful course through Floyd County in Virginia. I would definitely recommend it to anyone looking for a really hard day out. Obviously, the 102-mile course is the flagship distance, but they also have two shorter distances, and if you're really insane, they have one longer distance. Definitely go check it out for next year. Course conditions on race day were really unique in the morning. It was the foggiest I have ever seen a course be, probably the foggiest sky I'd ever seen in my life. It was quite scary on the first descent, as we couldn't see very much far ahead of us, and we're just following the red taillights of the people in front of us. But it did go from this to this in only about 15 minutes, which was really crazy. Alright, let's take some time to talk about nutrition for this race. As you know, in the last race, I didn't do great with my nutrition, getting only about 55 grams of carbs per hour, and I was determined to fix that in this race. Since I was trying to be as light as possible up the climbs to keep up with Dizzle, he came up with an interesting plan that I would only run bottles for this 100-mile race, and he would carry all of them for me. There was no rules against taking hand-ups anywhere out on the course, so I started with one of my bottles, and he started with two of my bottles, leaving all of his nutrition in his pack, and about halfway through, my parents gave us 3 more bottles, which means that I only had 1 full bottle at my bike at any given time. This made 6 bottles total, but we went under our goal time of 7.5 hours, meaning that I only had to consume 5 of the 6 bottles. I also took 2.5 gels, half because with the flow gels, you don't have to take the whole gel at the same time because of the flasks. Pretty awesome. This brought my total to 85 grams of carbs per hour because each bottle had 90 grams. This is the best I've ever done with nutrition in a race, and it was evident in how I was feeling throughout the race. Every time I started to fall behind on my nutrition, I felt terrible, and every time Drew made me drink more, I felt better. Thank you, Drew, for making me drink more and forcing it down my throat even though I did not want to drink anything else. You can see him on the right now, probably telling me I need to drink more. Our strategy in full effect right now is Drew is smashing, or at least I felt like he was smashing, all the way up through this group on this road section. We were flying, and all I had to do was sit in his draft. It's pretty awesome having a teammate that can just go as hard as you possibly can go and more. As you may have noticed in the last clip, we were in a small group for a little while. We were only with that group for about 15 miles, and for the rest of the day we were pretty much on our own or just with one other pair. This felt pretty nice as it kept the pace calm and consistent, and we were able to go as hard as we could without having to worry about anyone else. At the end of the day, we ended up getting 7th in the duos men, which is a lot better than I expected us to do, so I consider it a great result. The course has two main climbs, and the second is a climb up to the top of the Blue Ridge Parkway, which was followed by an awesome, ripping fast descent on road and gravel. You can go ahead and watch that on the screen now. That's right at the end, we saw an actual bear. We both thought it was a dog at first, but no, it was just a medium-sized black bear. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god. That was awesome. I'm telling everybody, we just saw a bear back there.
Coming into the finish, this is the last little kicker, climb 32 of 32. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stick around for just a bit longer as we have a quick post-race interview with me and Drew. Please subscribe and like if you feel so inclined. Here we go.
Woo! Good job, guys!
Alright, how was it? Hard. Yeah? Sub 7?
There.
He told me yesterday that sub 6 was ambitious, and I said I think sub 7 is ambitious. It's like 10,000, 11,000 feet of climbing.
10,869.
That's like
was 17.
kind of climbing.
That's more than Holly
Average
Oshawa.
speed was like 15.
Not even.
Not even 15 miles per hour. And that's not because we're weak, it's because it was a lot of hills. Do you wish your teammate hadn't bailed? Because then you would have gotten to go easier.
No.
Good. So you're glad that I showed up.
Yeah.
What was your normalized? New PR? Thank you.
208.
Is that
Exactly the same.
exactly the same? All right, we'll take it.
An hour.
But an hour longer. That's a new PR in my book. Oh, you crushed it. Oh, and you got to show the bikes. Matching loud. I went racing before. He's got the suspension fork. As far as strategy goes, we opted for, I carried all the weight, so he only ever had one full bottle on his bike the whole race, and then I carried all his bottles on my bike, and I got all my nutrition from the pack, and then I carried all of our CO2s. I don't think he carried anything, except for the gummies he did. You could have not carried those too. And then the other strategy was, on the hills we rode most of the time side by side, except for at the beginning. I think I went a little too hard at the beginning, and maybe that was bad. And then on the downhills, I pulled on all the downhills so that he could get all the drafts. So I think that was a pretty good strategy. So yeah, it was fun. I'm glad I did it.
Me too. Thank you.
Good job. Cool.